I think exactly today, about 15 to 20 years ago, we had this conversation on how she had never seen borders in space. And astronauts and you often talk about what's called this overview effect, the effect that they have when they see Earth from space. I want to ask you, can you share your experience on that? And how has that changed your perspective on life, humanity, human consciousness?
Yeah, I was reflecting on the mustard seed.
You thought I'm very small, looking from
Yes,
there.
exactly. Mustard seed size, right? But I was just thinking about that, and I mean, looking at the planet from that perspective, it was what an honor it was to be able to do that. I wish a lot of people would have that perspective, to be able to at least take a lap, so I call it, around the planet and look at us from that perspective. Every person, of course, that I know, every planet, every plant, every animal, every mountain, every rock is here that I know. I mean, maybe there's something else out there, but everything that we know, you're looking at it when you're looking at our planet from that perspective, and you're not there, which is a little interesting. It's a big planet, of course. It doesn't look like a mustard seed. It looks a lot bigger than that, but everything is bundled up right there. That's it. And that's a very feeling that makes you feel very small. Like, wow, that's everything we know. You can look out into the universe. We have amazing windows, or you can go on a spacewalk and you can look out into the universe and you can see billions of stars, and there's a lot out there. But everything that we know is right here.
One tiny little mud ball.
One tiny little mud ball in that big, huge, vast universe. And it really puts things in perspective. And again, associated with that was what Kavya mentioned, is there are no obvious borders beside for landmarks on the planet. And it really makes you, and usually you go to the window and what's there? The ocean, 71%, I think, right? Not just 70%, but 71% of our planet is ocean. And so you usually see blue, and then you get a splot of some other beautiful color, black, brown or blue or gray. And that's where the people in the plant, the plants are, and the dog that you love is all right there. And it's just, and we're all together, and that's it. This is our one home. And I think that perspective is one that I wish we could share, everybody could have the opportunity to have. And so when we look at not just exploration and utility of going to space, but just the ability, put it that way, for other people to have that perspective would be amazing. I think my dad one time said to me, he said, we were talking about people who are geniuses and stuff, and I was like, I get to go to space. That's all I get to do. There's nothing more than that, right? Yes, I had to do well at school, and I had to be physically fit, of course, blah, blah, blah. But that's not genius. The people who are genius who could see all those things without their two eyes. Like, I get to see that the planet is round. So, by the way, the planet is round. And I get to...
Confirm now, confirm.
Yeah.
Because there are still...
It's not flat.
No, there are still a lot of people teaching the planet is flat.
That's why I'm telling you. So as many people out there to just so you tell your friends, your family, your children, the planet is round. But I got to see that. That doesn't make me a genius. It just gave me that opportunity. So I wish everybody would have that opportunity. The people who figured that stuff out without having to see it with their own two eyes, those are geniuses. And when you can do an inner look, and you can figure out how to do that, which I would love to hear more about it because I need some help. If we could do the inner look, that is incredible. That will open up amazing, endless opportunities, as well as when we get everybody a lap around the planet to think about ourselves and where we are in this universe in a different, unique way.